Melissa Lamson ist seit über 15 Jahren Expertin für interkulturelle Kommunikation und Diversity Management. Diversity Works bietet verschiedene Arten interkultureller Workshops an. Spezialgebiet von Melissa Lamson ist ein Training für die Zusammenarbeit von Europäern mit US-amerikanischen Geschäftsleuten.
The major factor really has to do with culture. So culture is what comes between people doing business. I could give you a list of do's and don'ts. I could say every time you go to the US, you should use first names and you should say hi when you see people. In some ways that could work, but I don't necessarily think that's the most useful for you because there are exceptions. What I prefer to do instead of do's and don'ts is to help you develop the skill to better understand how to look and analyze another culture.
Everybody at SAP could benefit from these seminars because I see the same misunderstandings happening everywhere and with everybody.
I think everybody somehow has heard about it, that there are cultural differences, and sometimes I'm wondering why is that mistake done again and again.
Those cultures which are considered more monochronic believe that time can be controlled. You go and have a coffee break, you go to your first meeting, one thing after another, your day is scheduled, it's relatively punctual. Then there are those people who are polychronic, or those societies. People who are polychronic believe time can't be controlled. If I'm polychronic, I probably wouldn't bother wearing a watch. My schedules would be pretty flexible. The flexibility with time can work both ways. It can sometimes be more efficient, and of course it can also be maybe less efficient. And if you know how to work with the system, you can make it work for you and not cause delays or not ruin your schedule.
Bei interkultureller Kommunikation geht es um das Verständnis der eigenen Person in Beziehung zu anderen. Bei einem ganz besonderen Kartenspiel, in dem interkulturelles Teamwork simuliert wird, lernen die Teilnehmerinnen und Teilnehmer ihre eigene Kultur, ihre Wertvorstellungen und Verhaltensmuster kennen und sie erfahren, wie diese von anderen wahrgenommen werden können.
I was really annoyed because at first I thought that my colleagues didn't get the rules right.
I was trying to figure out what's wrong. Is it me? Is it the others?
I felt the annoyance and I thought, okay, if that is what happens to me in business communication, it's not a good sign.
Unternehmen müssen verstehen, dass die Soft Skills der Angestellten gleichwertig, manchmal sogar wichtiger als deren Hard Skills sind. In ihrem interkulturellen Workshop verdeutlicht Melissa Lamson den Business Case für die Produktivität, die Arbeitsleistung und nicht zuletzt den Profit des Unternehmens.
30% of the problems were due to strategic planning, finance, know-how, the actual task at hand. And what caused 70% of the problems were the behavior of those involved in managing or negotiating over these tasks.
Außerdem lernen die Teilnehmer die spezifischen kulturellen Unterschiede im Verständnis von einem Ja, einem Nein und einem Vielleicht kennen. Was bedeutet das Wort Problem oder interessant in verschiedenen Kontexten und Kulturen? Augenscheinlich einfache Worte haben oft selbst in der eigenen Sprache völlig verschiedene Bedeutungen.
All right, so let's put them together. Now it starts to get really fun. What does no problem mean?
Fallstudien und Rollenspiele helfen den Teilnehmern, ihr aufgenommenes Wissen in die Praxis umzusetzen. Hier spielt Melissa Lamson mit ihnen eine real häufig vorkommende Geschäftssituation nach, eine Telefonkonferenz. Das Ziel ist es, die Fähigkeiten zur virtuellen Kommunikation zu verfeinern.
Henning will be in Newtown Square by the end of the year, so it should be around the end of the year.
Okay, like December or something.
But he said he's flexible there.
So it's a meeting, it's basically a press conference.
Maybe we'll give you 2 or 3 time slots you have, and then you can check with Bill, and then we can go back to the press.
Well, today I think the most important thing I learned was that we always should question ourselves and also question why somebody else is behaving like this or answering like that. He has a special reason for doing so, which is usually his cultural background.
Yes, I definitely think I can use many things I have learned today. We do regular meetings with colleagues in the United States. Of course, these are often video conferences or conference calls, and I expect the things I learned today to be very helpful.